Hey everyone! Welcome to my channel. Before you dive in, please hit that subscribe button. Your support keeps these stories coming. My name is Ethan Peterson. I grew up in a quiet neighborhood in Seattle. My neighbor's sister Maya has always been important to me. I was born blind. From the moment I could talk, the doctors said I would live in shadows forever. Maya's kindness was my only light. My mother passed away when I was very young, leaving me with my father, Mr. Peterson. My dad was your typical Seattle guy. He loved his beers. He loved telling long funny tales. But he was rarely home with me. So Maya would often come over. She would heat up some instant noodles for me, or guide me to the balcony to listen to the sound of the rain falling. She would always tell me, "Ethan, the world is dark but it is full of sounds and smells. You can truly thrive here." I would hold her hand tightly. That warmth felt like coals in winter. It melted the chill inside my heart. That night the storm hit hard and fast. It was a terrible storm over Puget Sound. Dad stumbled home drunk late. There was a loud crash in the living room. Cups and plates shattering everywhere. He yelled about lost money and bad luck. He shouted he would sell our house to pay debts. I quickly curled up in the corner of the room. My heart was pounding wild and fast. The darkness around me made everything scarier. Dad grabbed my arm suddenly. "Son, I am sorry," he mumbled. I pulled my arm free quickly. I accidentally knocked over a chair. My hand sliced open on broken glass. Blood felt thick and warm in the air. The front door flew open then. Maya rushed in immediately. She was wearing her pajamas. Her hair was messy and wet from the rain. She shoved my dad back firmly. "Are you mad?" she demanded. "Your kid is right here." Dad froze instantly. The shock of her voice made him sober. He slumped down onto the floor, mumbling softly, "Maya, please help us, please." Maya ignored him completely. She hugged me first tightly. She checked the cut on my hand gently. Her hands were shaking from the adrenaline, but she wrapped the wound steadily with a cloth. Then she turned to my dad, her voice cold. "From now on, Ethan stays with me. You go think things over carefully." Dad sat silent and defeated. Rain tapped loudly on the windows. Maya tucked me into my bed. She said, "Sleep now. Tomorrow will be better, I promise." I clutched her sleeve tightly. "Sis, is Dad leaving for good?" She sighed a long heavy sigh. "Maybe," she said. "But we will move forward no matter what." The next morning, the Seattle air felt fresh even though I couldn't see it. Maya woke me up early. She brought sizzling egg crepes for breakfast. I bit into the crepe slowly. The scallions and egg burst with delicious flavor. She said, "Today we learn a new skill. You must learn to stand on your own feet." I nodded immediately. I was nervous but I trusted her completely. She took me to a local blind center. It was near the University of Washington campus. The teachers there were warm and kind. They showed me the basics of therapeutic massage. My fingers felt clumsy and unsure at first. I groped for the pressure points again and again. Maya cheered loudly from the side. "Ethan, you got this, you can do it." For the first practice try, I pressed her hand back firmly. She hummed softly. Perfect pressure, she said. You found the exact point. On the way home from the center, the bus was crowded with people. She shielded me from the pushing crowd. She whispered the stops and street names to me. Back home that evening, Dad was gone, the house was quiet. Maya made hot pot soup for us. We ate and talked for hours. She asked me if I felt scared. I said, with sis here I have no fear. She smiled, but her eyes looked worried still. I knew she was making sacrifices for me. The massage days continued. Like Seattle's seasons, they were busy and full. From a clumsy novice to a patient professional. Shoulders, necks and backs. I learned to feel the knots in the muscles. My teacher said I was a sharp, quick learner. Maya picked me up weekly, always on time. Sometimes we went to the local night market. We shared oyster omelets and laughed. I would guess the food stalls by the taste and smell alone. She laughed, bent over with joy. Your nose beats eyes, Ethan, she said. But trouble brewed quietly. Dad returned finally. He knocked at dusk, a quiet, tentative sound. Maya opened the door slowly. Dad was kneeling outside. He looked changed completely. He had found a job at a factory. He said he desperately wanted to see his son. I hid behind the door. My mind was racing with old memories. Maya let me choose what to do. I stepped out slowly. I faced my dad for the first time. Dad, you hurt me deep inside. But you are still my father. I will give you one more chance. Dad wept and hugged me tight. Son, Dad was wrong, I am so sorry. From then on he came daily. He carefully wiped the shop floors for Maya. He learned to care for me slowly. Once we walked the river trail together. He told me bits of his childhood story. Mom was gone, he was lost for a long time. Now he was back on the right track, he promised. I patted his shoulder gently. Dad, we walk this new path together. The eye shifts came quietly and unexpectedly. During a massage session at the center, the overhead lights flickered faintly. But to me it looked like distant stars winking. I immediately told Maya about the strange light. She rushed me to the University of Washington Medical Center. The doctor was amazed by the news. Nerve revival, he announced. Thanks to your steady heart. And the continuous acupuncture work you did. I was thrilled beyond measure. I hugged and spun Maya around. Dummy, be careful, you will make us fall, she laughed. Then came harder practice. Daily eye exercises. Park mornings were spent tracing light with my fingers. Wind on my face. Everything was blurry, but hope was burning. The miracle day finally came. The sky was clear and bright. I was helping a volunteer at the center. Suddenly everything became sharp and focused. The world bloomed with color and sounds and touches. I rubbed my eyes hard. I saw Maya's face immediately. Her smile was curved and beautiful. I leapt and hugged her tight. Sis, I can see you now. You are the most beautiful person I know. She teared up and held me tight. Dad rushed in moments later. Our family was finally whole again. We opened our own shop together. We called it Bright Hands Massage. I massaged people and heard their stories. I eased the knots in their bodies and hearts. Maya handled all the bookings. We worked side by side every day. Humanity has taught me so much. Dad's regret taught me to forgive bravely. My 10 years of blindness showed me the light inside. I realized my greatest strength was always Maya's love. Share your story of healing in the comments. Like and subscribe for more tales. We will be back soon with another warm story.